the Exude OD40. Let's check it out. Guys, it's incredible the technology that we have at our fingertips, and there's so many different directions, and flashlights and illuminators are definitely at the top of that list. It's just really amazing that every year we're getting better and better quality, we're getting more lumens. We have something today that is really unique in the light world. This is the Exude, and it's the OD40. This is a direct light illuminator. It's not really a flashlight, even though it's used as a flashlight. This uses more of what an optical lens uses, or a scope. There are 4 different lenses inside this system, and it really directs light at long distances, a very pure image. We're going to test it out and check it out, but so far this has really been something that I've never seen before. And I love flashlights, I love taking them out, and we've done a bazillion reviews on lights. But this is definitely something unique. Now I want to thank Umarex for sending the light, but also for Getzone.com for putting this together. Getzone.com is the best Second Amendment platform for video, sportsmen's, you name it. Check it out at Getzone.com. I'll have a link down below in the description. Now the Exude OD40 is definitely a different type light, and this is really specifically for purposes of getting distance. This is by Optical Dynamics, and it's through Umarex. Puts out about 1,000 lumens of light, and it's direct projection technology. Now it's a 40mm lens, and if you look through here, it looks more like a scope than a flashlight. There's no reflector, and so it's definitely a different type system. It's a projected light. And so this has what they call the CALS, which is a collimated amplified lens system. Again, no reflector, and what they're claiming is about a 50% increase in your light projection. And we'll check that out when we get outside. It's about 8.5 inches, and it weighs about 14 ounces. There's a pressure pad switch here at the back, and you just press it, click, and then if you want to light press, you go through the different modes. So we have their low, medium, and then high. And then as it goes out, the beam itself gets bigger, or the bright spot. And we'll look at that when we get outside. But then also we have a section here we can just turn the head, and it actually increases or decreases the size of the circle, but yet you've got to really get distance to be able to see that, and we'll check it out. Here we have the Exude OD40. You can see that intense circle. We're going to use just a regular flashlight. This just happens to be a Olight, and I believe it's an S2 baton. But you can see how the light kind of spills out, and it gets really bright. You can see the clarity of the Exude, how it just really makes a focused beam. There's no spill, there's no spots in it. I mean, it's just really intense light. And this is going to give you a lot of detail. Now right here up close, it's definitely really bright, but it's going to get that detail in there a little clearer than your typical flashlight. It just has spots, it has dark spots. You can see when you move it, it definitely changes things a little bit. Now I'm a big fan of standard flashlights, and I'm not doing away with my flashlights, but for a special purpose light, I think this Exude OD40 has some advantages. Now to get to the battery, just go ahead and pull off your tail cap, and then you're going to have a charging station right here, which it does come with a USB cable, and then it also comes with this AC adapter. And so you can either use it directly into a laptop, or you can plug it into the wall, either way. And you can charge it right here directly to the light, or to the battery. And then you can take this little piece off. This is your charging piece, and then you drop out your 18650, which is included with the light. So it's definitely a little different than your regular light. I like that they do have the charging here instead of directly on the battery, so I can just pull off my cap, charge it directly, and then just put the cap back on. Now the light is a natural wavelength, and so it's not going to spook game. And I've watched some videos with these being used in hunting, especially for predators, and they're not spooked by the white light. Usually with predators, you need to go with a white light or sometimes a green light, and it kind of just keeps the animals from being spooked. But you take off this front little ring, And you have a seal built around the lens, and you can just drop it into the lens cap, and then we just screw it right on. And now we have red light, but it is definitely focused. I mean, that is crazy. And then we have the green light. So if you want to stop, hit the red. If you want to go, hit the green. Now the body is a hard anodized aluminum, and it's just got a really smooth feel to it. And that's one of the things about it. It doesn't have a lot of texturing. You have these rings around it, but you know, it's fairly slick, and if your hands are wet, it could be a little bit of an issue, but you do have it kind of comes out right here, and so it naturally rests right on your hand. It's almost like a baseball bat. I mean, for security, this would be an excellent tool for, you know, anybody that's working security that could use this actually as a baton, because it does have a very high impact rating. Now, I want to bring out a couple of comparisons of your regular flashlights against the Exude. The Exude has 1,000 lumens, a very intense beam. Then we have the Odin from Olight. This is a rifle weapons light. It's 2,000 lumens. And then we have the Phoenix PD36R, and this is 1,600 lumens. We're just going to kind of compare these three. It's really not a great comparison because these two have higher lumens, but these two are good throwers. And that's one of the key things that the Exude has. But we're going to check and see what kind of difference we're getting. First, we're going to bring out the Phoenix PD36R, and this is 1,600 lumens. Okay, that is at the brightest setting, and so you can see it is bright. It lights up a really nice area. Now let's turn on the Exude OD40. Now you can see that real circular bright spot. It really just focuses in. You can see a lot of the detail with the limbs out there, and I don't know if the camera's really picking it up, but you can really see the detail. With the Phoenix, it's a nice broad light. It's not really a pinpoint beam, and while it's lighting that area down there, you can see the dynamic difference between these two. I mean, it really surprised me at how much focus. Now, I'm going to turn off the Phoenix. Now we have just the Exude. And you can see there's no spill, it's all pinpoint. There's no flood, there's nothing around it, it's just a circle. Now I'm going to focus it in and bring it in close, and I'm going to zoom it in. We're at about 30 yards. Guys, you can see that detail. I mean, you can really pick out the limbs. It's really bringing out the detail. Here it is with the Phoenix. You're just not getting quite the detail. It definitely lights things up, and you can see, I mean, I really like these type lights, but there's definitely a difference. Here again is the Exude. A lot of detail. Here's the Phoenix. When you move it around, it's just got a lot of spots. Guys, the Odin has 2,000 lumens. The Exude has 1,000 lumens. Look how it intensifies that beam. So here's the deal, guys. There's different type lights for different situations, and the Exude fits a certain type light scenario. I mean, if you're looking at through hunting, or you're in a really tight search and rescue and you're really trying to get detail, or if you just want detail with your light for high identification, I think the Exude is going to be the one to go with. If you're looking for a weapons light, I think that definitely the Odin, even this Phoenix was definitely better, and then, you know, your standard Surefires, a little bit of a broader flood, and it's going to give you more spill, and you're going to be able to see a little bit around you, but yet you'll still have those hot spots. This would actually be fun for a security light. You could even put this on a rifle, especially for hunting, and be able to get some pinpoint, very detailed shots. So again, there's give and take with both of these type systems. But I've never seen anything like the Exude OD40. That is pretty incredible. Okay, look at the detail of the boards. You can see even the grain. You can see everything. Here's the Odin. I mean, you can see very well, but you're losing a little bit of the detail. I just think this is cool. It's almost like one of those projectors. We have a movie projector, and it kind of does the same thing. It just really intensifies the light. Very crisp, very clear. Now here we have the Exude, and you can see that it is a very defined beam. And you can see a lot of detail. Now, of course, with the standard flashlight, you can get it, but because of the reflector, you're getting a lot of different shadows, you're getting a lot of spill. With the Exude, you know, it's just straight light. And because of that, there is no spill. One thing I do want to show you is that if you expand the head, turn it, it makes the circle just larger. So now you have a larger beam of light that's showing. And so it does give you a pretty broad spot. That's probably about 6 feet across. We're at about 30 yards. And then we're going to bring it back in and we can get it real pinpoint. And that's probably about 3 feet right there. So you bring it out, every 6 feet, bring it down, and then we have about 3 feet. Now, this is on the lowest setting, and I can see that very well. The camera is not picking it up like you're going to be seeing it with the naked eye. I'm going to see if I can zoom in, get a little better idea. All right, here we have it zoomed in at the lowest setting. Now we're going to bump it up. Look at the detail you're getting. I mean, it is like a regular spotlight. Then I'm going to go to the medium setting right here again, and then back to low. And there we are at high. Now I'm going to shine the standard flashlight down there, and it just lights up the area. But you'll notice the reflector causes some dark spots, a little bit of wavering as we move it. I mean, it's giving it a lot of light, there's no doubt. And I believe this is 1600 lumens. But with the Exude, you're getting just more detail. And then as you expand it out, you're still getting the detail. It's just more light that you're getting down there. Bring it back in, and there you go. Now it comes in this soft case, but it's rigid and it's got some structure to it. We have a zipper, just bring it around, and of course, Exude, you know where your light is. We have the light itself. We have an 18650 battery, and then we have our charging cables, and we have a AC adapter as well. And then of course, like we've shown already, we have the different color lenses. We have the red, that's great for night, being able to preserve your night vision, and then you have the green as well. So really a very versatile system, and you can keep all this together in one spot. Now the retail price on the Exude OD40 runs $149, and that's retail price. You can typically get it for less for market price. And then if you want the kit that we've shown with the case and the lenses and everything, it runs $199. They also have rifle mounts you can use that are available on the exudelight.com website. And then also they have pressure pad switches if you want to attach it to a rifle, and you'll have your remote pressure pad switch. And they actually have a couple of other different models. They have a 50mm lens, and then they have one that's a 25mm lens. And each one of those has different features. So guys, if you're trying to identify that long-range target, whether you're hunting or you're search and rescue, or you're just trying to identify something at a long distance, this is going to give you the light, just that focused beam that you're typically not going to get with most of your flashlights. And it is a special purpose light in a sense, but it can be used all around. And again, I want to thank Umarex for sending the light, and Getzone.com for putting this together. Check out Getzone.com, a very strong Second Amendment friendly video platform. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Now I got this light. Now I got this. Now I want to thank. Now one thing that Exude. Now